Welcome, Amakhosi Network. Welcome to the channel. Chiefs lose to Masry 2-1 by a howler by Miguel. And yeah, it was a very, very bad game to watch. But before we get into it, please like, comment, and subscribe. I am going to be honest. I am not going to blame the players today. I will not blame any player today, even though Miguel was playing nonsense. But I don't even want to blame that Miguel himself. I don't want to blame him. I am going to blame the coaches. They took a perfect team that won a convincing game. They broke that team. And brought people who hadn't been playing for many weeks. They brought Dupree, who hadn't been playing and is off form. They brought Modi, who hadn't been playing and is off form. And they put him in this game. They put these two players in this game. A game that was winnable. A game where we had many opportunities to score, but we just didn't have the right personnel on the field. Another big problem about this game is they play Umthetwa and Tabocele. I don't know how many times we have to talk about this as supporters, as fans. I don't know how many times we have to talk about the fact that Tabocele and Umthetwa cannot play together. Because number one, when Tabocele is on the field, because of his lack of movement, Tabocele likes short passing. Because of his lack of movement, it forces Umthetwa to move into spaces that don't need him. They don't need him. Every time we see that Umthetwa becomes the most advanced DM because of how Tabocele plays. Tabocele breaks our midfield. And I'm not trying to be harsh or anything, but we cannot play Tabocele and Umthetwa. Tabocele and Umthetwa need to compete together to play that position. We can only have 1-6 in the team, and that should either be Umthetwa or Tabocele. The moment we play these two in the same game, it becomes a very big problem. It breaks our team. It breaks the creativity of our team. A lot of things go wrong. So I don't know what more we need to say as like you know what, guys? I continually try to support these guys. But then they have games like today where a coach goes and gives the game to the opposition. An opposition that is not here. We went and took this game and we gave it to Masry. This team that we played today did not deserve to beat us. But we go in there scared. We go in there wanting to just get a draw. We go in there fearing a team like this. You know which game this reminds me of? The game where we played Muromo Gallants and we went and put defenders on the field. Us being scared of Muromo Gallants, as Kaizer Chiefs. We went into a game with 15 defenders and we were scared of Muromo Gallants, as Chiefs. Then we come and play Masry. I can understand if you take this tactic against Zamalek. But Masry, Bafet, who is this team? And then you come and want to be scared of this team. You know, it's like Chiefs being scared of Stellenbosch or being scared of Sikhukhune. It makes no sense to me. But anyway, in terms of the game, the first half was what I expected it to be when I saw the starting lineup. I didn't know much about Masry, but I knew our players on the field. And when I saw Dupree and Modi, I knew one thing is going to be a problem between those two. Is that they are going to get the ball, but they won't be able to do with the ball what we need them to do as wingers. When I say that, I mean, Modi will get the ball and he'll try to go forward, he'll turn back, he'll pass the ball back. We know how Modi rolls. Modi doesn't know how to even beat a player for pace on the left, put in a cross. He doesn't know how to do all of those things. Modi doesn't even know how to cut in and take a shot. All of Modi's crosses were bad. Like Modi didn't contribute anything to this team. And then we have Dupree, who is not a winger, first of all. He is not a winger. He is a striker. Dupree is basically a striker who, if you were going to play two strikers, he's going to be the striker like a David Khatebe, the striker who plays around the main striker. So that is the game. Or if you're going to play Dupree by himself, it means you are more of a defensive team, meaning that you soak up pressure and then you get someone to hit Dupree with long balls, and that's how Dupree will score. But now we play Dupree as a winger. And the problem is that Dupree got the ball on the right, but because he is not a creative winger, he does basics. He will trap the ball, pass it back to Solomons, and then Solomons needs to make a plan. Solomons would either try cross, Solomons would try beat someone on the right. So our winger became Solomons, even though we had a winger. But our winger became Solomons. Dupree was there, but we didn't know his role was not effective because Dupree was a number. Yes, he showed flashes when he got the ball, but it was unfortunate because he was also not playing with the players who were right for him. The player I feel the most sad for in this game is Mdu Shabalala. The reason why I feel for Mdu Shabalala is because bad coaching will take away a star player's best ability. Mdu Shabalala played the best game of his career, one of the best games of his career in our previous game, but it's because he had players on the field who complimented him. Today, it was like Mdu Shabalala was playing alone. He can't feed off Dupree, he can't feed off Modi. So he ends up becoming the Mdu Shabalala we don't like to see. The Mdu Shabalala who makes too many mistakes. The Mdu Shabalala who tries to take too much responsibility of the game. The Mdu Shabalala who is ineffective in his touches. The Mdu Shabalala who makes the passes, but the players around him can't read his passes, can't read his runs. And that's what we get in this game. Another problem we have in this game is that these guys, I don't know why Ngobo was not playing in this game. I honestly don't know why Ngobo was not even on the bench. Because we put Matlo in this game. And I have a big problem with that. Matlo will not give us anything, guys. Like, and maybe let me start by saying this. The one thing, especially, I'm not going to speak to all the PSL and all the leagues who are using these substitutions. But the biggest curse that Kaizer Chiefs has with these co-coaches or Kaze and Khalil, the biggest curse is the fact that we have 5 substitutions. That is our biggest curse. Why do I say it's our biggest curse? Because before the game starts, these guys already are planning to take out players, to waste those 5 substitutions. Those 5 substitutions were meant for COVID, but now it's back to normal setting. Why waste 5 substitutions? What if a player got injured like the previous game when you throw in the last 2 players in around the 80th, 85 minutes? What if a player got injured like we do it with Kanisa Maya and then we play with 10 men? It's very wrong for you, just because you have 5 substitutions, to just go and use them for no reason. Because why do I say this? Had these guys started with Velibai, had these guys started with Vilagazi, what would be the need for us to see Modi in this game? What would be the need for us to see Dupree in this game? There would be no need for us to see these players, meaning that you could be more strategic in your play. You could be like, okay, there's no need for us to see Modi and these guys. Let me add on an extra midfielder. Let me add Umabowe for these guys to control the midfield more. And now that we're wasting time because we have the lead. You can do those things, but no. Our coaches start with the worst team, hoping that by the second half they put the best team. Why do I say this? The moment we conceded the goal, these guys ran to their bench to put in our best, the players who were meant to start. They ran so quickly to put in Umfundo and Uvelibai. And there you automatically saw that they are saying we need a goal and we can't get a goal with Modi and Dupree. That is exactly what they told us. The moment they ran to the bench, the moment to consider a goal, they said, okay, now we need a goal, but we're not going to get a goal with Modi and Dupree. What does that tell you? Does that mean that these guys never expected to win the game or expected to score? Was Modi and Dupree just there to defend? Was that the tactic? Because it seems like that. Because we put in Uvelibai, we put in Mfundo Vilakazi, we get a goal. We now level. But then they go and pull Du Shabalala. Now that they're confident that they won one, they go and pull Du Shabalala. Why? Why pull Du? Are you saying you no longer want to win? You pull Du, you put Matlo. I have no issue with the Maboa substitution. I have no issue. But the Matlo from Du Shabalala, like, make it make sense. Like, make that one make sense to me. Because it made no sense to me. Before yesterday in my video, I said one clear thing. I said, for us to finish number 2 or number 1 in this group, we need to get 6 points from Masry. We need to get 6 points from Masry and try to get at least 2 points from Zamalek if we lucky 4 points. Then Zesco, it's 4 points. But now we went and lost to the team that we should be beating. We lost to it. Now we're going to go into Zamalek and we're going to go to Zesco and want to beat those guys. But it's going to be difficult. Because those ones are the tougher guys. Those ones who have more CAF football pedigree. But we want to take the hard road. Today, I can talk about Miguel. Miguel had a bad performance. He got an unnecessary yellow card. He was just poor in this game. Bad tackles. We can talk about all of that. We can talk about the fact that the second goal it's Miguel. There's no other excuse we can make. It's Miguel. The first phase of the game, our players do well to compete for the ball. The ball bounces for Miguel. All he has to do is clear the ball. Miguel fails to clear the ball. We concede. Game is over. But my problem all stems from the players we put in this game. It all stems from that. I have a problem with it. You know what? These coaches, a game like this just always reminds me of who they are. There's moments where I get comfortable in what they are doing. And then there are moments like today that makes me wake up to be like, these guys are actually our coaches. These guys who do experiments when they already have a winning team. Like, they went and dismantled a winning team. They broke a winning team. And they can't even... I wish they can just give us the reasons why they broke a winning team. Like, has that team that was winning the other week, has it done anything to be dismantled? Like, I just don't get it. Like, what has that team done? Because I did say, you know what? Let me leave it here because now I'm frustrated. I am done. I'm done talking. You're right. I am disappointed. I am defeated. I am everything that you can think of. My team went and decided that they don't want to win CAF Confederation. Does that mean because they focus on the league? I remember one time Stuart Baxter spent 3 seasons at Chiefs the first time round, and he did the same thing. The first season he won. The second season, because he won the first season, he was in CAF. And he decided, this is what Stuart Baxter did in that second season. He decided he wants Chiefs to focus on the league so they don't care about CAF Champions League and they don't care about CAF Confederation. Right? The moment Stuart Baxter did that, he, I think in one game, went and sent 13 players to a CAF Confederation game. And it was an insult to the team we're playing and it was an insult to CAF Confederation. But what happened that season was that football, no one can cheat football. Because they thought they could win the league and they just had to sacrifice CAF Confederation. They lost everything. Stuart Baxter, that second season he was at Chiefs, he lost everything. Everything he thought he was going to get, he lost. He lost the league, he lost all the cups, he lost everything. And he had to come back the next season to fix the problem and win again. Because he took a competition for granted. And it just feels like we did the same thing with this CAF Confederation. We took this competition for granted, and it's going to hit us in another place. It's probably going to hit us in Nedbank Cup and it's going to hit us in the league. Because when you cheat football, football comes and corrects people who cheat football. When Chiefs chose to not sign quality players, football came and corrected Chiefs with a 10-year drought. When you try to cheat football, football is going to catch you. And the day it catches you, it won't be nice. It won't be nice. You will lose a league on the last day when Ukambala scores a goal. You know why? Because you cannot cheat football.